Hey guys, I'm now on TikTok. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to stick around to find out about my top secret TikTok giveaway. Stop that. We're here at the antique mall. It's very scary. Oh, Shaw. Even the toys are scared. Dude, this guy keeps staring at me. Okay, there is a reason for me being here besides walking around being scared. I'm looking for things that I can turn into art. I don't know, like it could be carved or changed in some way. Let's actually look for some stuff we can do that with. Yeah, okay. That's cool. That might be interesting. Let's see if I can hear the ocean. That definitely could be made into something. Oh, well, we'll just find something else, I guess. I think it's almost perfect, but I think it really needed just a little more ear hair. Check this out. That's cool. I think I can make something out of these. So let's go back home and find out, shall we? Okay, we are back with my balls. What I want to do is, I want to carve one of these into a skull. I actually got that idea from a guy on Instagram, Skottbiscuit. I'll put a link in the description. Go check him out, he does awesome work. Anyways, he does these awesome skulls, and so I wanted to see if I could too. So, let's take a look at what I'm gonna be using as a reference. Hello. I find it rather humorous that Bobby thinks he can use me as his reference. I mean, it tickles my funny bone. Anyways, it's not that I don't want to. I'm just bone tired. Okay, I'll stop. So, I got this guy on Amazon, and his name is, what is your name? D'Artagnan. But we're just gonna call him Winston for short. It was one of the least expensive but most anatomically correct skulls that I could find, and I just want to say thanks, Winston. It takes a lot of guts. Sorry. Well, at least I'm not the one playing with my balls. We have fun here. All right, let's go to the shed where there's some air conditioning. It's hot in the garage. That's better. All right, let me show you what tools I'll be using to carve this. As you probably already know, I'm going to be using my rotary carver. Also, look down here. Whoops, dadgummit. I've never carved a skull, and I've also never carved a billiard ball. So this is gonna be a learning experience for both of us. The bits I'm going to be using, I know I'll probably use some of these. Then we also have the structured tooth tungsten carbide cutters like this. That's the thing is, I don't know what I'm gonna be using, but I know I'm gonna be using some of them. The first step is to pan back slightly with the camera. Then go ahead and draw on some reference points with your marker, like eyes, nose, and mouth. That way, you'll know where to start carving. Okay, well, I've decided to not use these pool balls because, well, look at it. Well, you just look at it. See that color? That is not the original color I was going for. Anyways, I went ahead, broke down, and bought one of these. I know you guys wanted to see me carve the 8-ball anyways, so where were we? Because this ball is black, it's a good idea to remove the outer layer, that way you can see your reference points when you're drawing them on. Now, what I'm doing is taking the sides back to reveal the front-facing profile. And do the same for the side profile as well. Like that. Hi there. Okay, you can see here, we've got the very, very rough shape. Trying to get the profile this way and most of the profile this way done. Build a good foundation for your carvings to then add more and subtler shapes and details. Notice I have carved off the actual drawing for the face. Well, I'm just gonna go back and as I go, just keep drawing those details back on when I carve them off and just keep going until we got ourselves a little skull. But Bobby, you already have me. You're right, man. I do. Okay, let's get back to it. And like I just said, I'm redrawing on some of those details in the reference points, like where the nose will be, and removing some material on either side of the nose bump. Switching up bits from that tungsten carbide cutter to one of these helical bits. Kinda got out of frame there, sorry about that. Refining the side of the jaw and where those divots go in on either side of the jawbone. Now giving him a good nose picking, cleaning out those holes, getting everything shaped up. I'm looking back and forth to my reference as I'm doing this. Now, you know those areas that divot in on the side of the skull where your temples are? That's also helping to reveal the upper cheekbone area, like that. What a handsome fella. All right, we're about to do some detail work, so I'm gonna switch out my bit for something way smaller. Before we go any further, I want to tell you about my sponsor today, TikTok. What I need you to do is go into the description and download TikTok so you can follow me at Bobby Duke Arts, see a whole bunch more shenanigans that I'm going to be getting into, also exclusive only TikTok content. And when you do that, in 2 weeks' time, I will be giving away a highly detailed mold of my hand. I signed it on the bottom. Wherever you live, I don't care where you live, I will ship it to you free of charge. What's really cool about TikTok is it gives me all of the tools I need to be totally creative within the platform. Interesting sound effects, cool music, filters. It's all there. You can edit it in-app. TikTok is really breaking barriers in the creative space. So if you want to win my hand in marriage, actually no, go download TikTok using the link and follow me, Bobby Duke Arts. Okay, now back to the video. You know that thing we were just doing, that video? The video? Let's go back to it. Really get into his nose and relieve that area of its boogers. Drawing in some of the details of where the jawbone will be and how it will look. It's really important to carve a little bit and then draw your reference points back on. That way you don't get lost, because it's really easy to while you're carving. Using another aggressive little guy to scoop out area behind the jaw. Using a diamond bevel, carving out those little scoopy doops that are on the tops and bottom of the teeth. Now I'm using a really sharp bit to come in and start tracing that outline around each tooth and also start shaping it. Also, teeth are kind of tapered. They taper from narrow at the top to wider down at the base where they meet. All right, so here's how we have this guy at the moment. Focus! You can see we've put in most of his teeth and scraped out all of the gingivitis. Added some little holes in the eyes, pierced this area, did a little more detail underneath the skull. It's looking pretty cool. Now what we gotta do is stop shaking. Basically just clean up all the details we already have, give it a good sanding, and then after that, polish it up, it's gonna be done.
And Bobby, why don't you love me anymore? You never talk about me.
Okay. Using one of my diamond bells as kind of like a sandpaper before I sand. Give everything a really good sand and then go back in and put in those little squiggly lines when you were a bebe and your skull was like multiple sections where they fused together. Like that. Now I'm using some polishing compound on a buffing wheel, go over the entire thing to bring it to a super shiny surface. Now we are finished. Now look at it. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and remember, with a couple of tools and some creativity, you can make this too. Also, remember to download TikTok and go ahead and give me a follow if you want a chance at winning my hand. I will be announcing the winner in my next video, but if you want to find out sooner, go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter as well. Also, I love you.
Pesky bee.